Elijah goes up to Mount Carmel. He doesn't go with Ahab. He goes up to Mount Carmel. He separates himself and he finds a place to get alone with God. In other words, what he was getting ready to ask for was so big. What he was getting ready to call on from heaven was so deep that he needed an undistracted environment for his discussion. Okay? Do you have a place you can go? A closet, a room, a bathroom, or some place you can go where there will be undistracted communication. This thing was so deep and so big, he went up to Mount Carmel and he wanted a concentrated time. Even though God had already decreed it, he needed to make a point of contact with God, being a righteous man, and so he went up to Mount Carmel. He separated himself. But look what he did when he separated himself. It says he bent down, put his head between his knees. Okay, you didn't see that. He bent down and put his head between his knees. What my boy doing? In Old Testament days, they didn't have stirrups for pregnant women. They didn't have a place where a woman would lay up and put her legs on the stirrup and for examinations or to give birth. What the women did was crouch down, put their head down, and then somebody would say, push, 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 push. In other words, it was the position of labor. Why? It was the position of labor because he's about to give birth to a miracle. It was the position of labor because he's getting ready to give birth to something supernatural. See, when you need God to do something not regular but super unleaded, when you need God to do something not ordinary but extraordinary, you got to get in a position of birth. But no woman gets in a position of birth unless she's pregnant. The whole point of birth is that you are pregnant. See, some of us want God to give birth when we haven't even let God get us pregnant. We don't have the pregnancy of his presence, the pregnancy of his life, but we want him to give birth to a miracle. He knew that he needed the miracle heaven to open, so he got in a position and he labored. This is the biblical word travail. Travail means to be in labor. You say, why do I have to go through all that? Because you're giving birth to a miracle. You're giving birth to something supernatural. This is not regular, ordinary. You're asking God to do something out of the ordinary.